Hello, my Crystal Loves Texas podcast family. I am so happy to be back. We wanted to make sure that we got back on the air before this election cycle is over. Talk about the excitement. And I'm especially excited today because we are here with two of my closest people in my life. I've got my mother, Frankie Dillard, and I've got one of my best friends, Tammy McKnight. And I'm so excited to have Tammy here because Tammy is one of the few female African-American ranchers in the state of Texas. Yay. I wish I had an applause track. Yes. But Tammy McKnight, tell me a little bit about how you got into the field of ranching. Was that something that you just chose to do?
Actually, I was born into it. My father had been ranching and farming his entire life. His parents had been doing it, and he took it on as a career, starting in the 7th grade, to be able to help his family out. So it was just, and it was a way of life. It's funny that it's becoming a trend now, for people to say that they want to, they want to live off grid, or they want to, go back to the salt of the earth. But that's exactly how we grew up. Is that we had a whale. We had cattle, we had pigs. We would slaughter 2 pigs, and 2 calves every 6 months. That was our meat source. Right. We had over 2 acres of a garden at all times, winter and spring. And so all you ever went to town to buy was, your essentials, your flour, your cornmeal, and Coca-Cola, of course.
now here's the thing, and Mommy, you tell me if this is correct too. And we will, we can't get deep into it tonight, but I wanted to get into it a little bit because that is the lifestyle that you grew up with too.
Exactly.
Both of you all are from East Texas.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lifestyle that you grew up with too. However, most people are trying to run from that when they go off to college. What made you stay?
Well, I didn't stay. I ran too. And I ran as far and fast as I could. But once I got a little older, because my first love is actually horses. Right. And that was where me and my father really bonded. Right. And I was really, really good at it. And so I had a few goals, and I wanted to spend time with him, and we were good at training horses as well. And we were really lucky to have some great bloodlines. So I wanted to get back and try to capture some of that magic that we had when I was young, before it was too late. So I just wanted to be able to come back and buy my own land and be able to enjoy it as an owner, opposed to a laborer for someone else, with my father, to try to build a legacy. And that was my goal. And I achieved that in my 30s. So I was very proud of that. So I did get to spend some time with him. So I'm not a full-fledged rancher or a full-fledged farmer, but I'll never get it out my blood.
Well, let me say this to you. We're going to have you back because we want to delve a lot deeper into that and ask you your honest thoughts on whether or not you think that ranching and agriculture is a viable, sustainable career for young people to go into, especially since the both of you are Prairie View A&M University graduates, and they have a huge agriculture department at Prairie View.
Yes, they do, and a very successful one. And some that I have cousins and friends that have been extremely successful. Not only just going, when people think of studying agriculture on a university level, it doesn't mean that you're going to grow up to be a farmer. You can actually have careers at the USDA. You can have careers, at the airport, managing things that foreign objects that come into the country, because we have to make sure that we don't have different animals or bugs or
diseases,
and all of that is agriculture related. Anything that goes into our body, it still is some form of agriculture. And now we're also dealing with marijuana. Texas is legalized for hemp. There's so many different opportunities
in agriculture
that you will not. A lot of people don't wrap around their normal thought process. So it's not just like you just picking up and going to the farm every day. You can actually excel in a lot of different avenues, hydroponic farming, etc. So
now, Frankie, I'm not used to calling you Frankie. I don't know if I've ever called you that in my life, but my wonderful mother. Tell me a little bit. You took a little bit of a different turn because when you left your farm life, you decided to go into another field, the field of nursing and of anesthesia. And you decided not to go back to the farm. So why did you make that choice? And was that the best choice for you?
To go into anesthesia, I
Yes.
went into nursing, yes.
Yes.
And it wasn't that I didn't want to go back. I wanted to go somewhere that I could make a living at that time.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Different time period.
We all
Yes.
have for opportunity. It's
Yeah.
about opportunity.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, listen, this was a test run. I'm so glad that I have you here, and I'm hoping that this came out okay. We're going to work on things to make sure that we perfect everything, but I am excited to be back. My mother, Frankie Dillard, Tammy McKnight, thank you so much for coming on. And as we say every week, we can do
We
it.
can do it.
We'll see you later.
You got to put up the right.